fine. I've been in my bag like groceries, competition.
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And an alley to run. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 3rd down, Wilson. It's complete, Stills. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Murray now on 1st down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That one goes for 24 yards.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Trotty! And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Austin Safari, number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Ready?
Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. Going up top. That's caught inside the 20. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
A big loss there of 9 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. That's going to be caught by Kirk. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
It's a gain of 25 yards. 1st down, Cardinals.
On the set. 49's the mic. 49's the mic. Let's go one more.
1st down, Murray. That'll be caught by Cup. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
Watch the whip. 55 mark, 55. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, man. Let's go.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jadeveon Clowney in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. Now it's Lockett. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Wilson, and he finds Stills, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenny Stills, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. It was third and medium. They popped the short pass, looking to pick up the first, accomplish that mission, and then they accomplished a lot more on that mission all the way for the score.
Let me focus in on one word you used, pop, right? They popped the short pass, and then what happened after that? They popped the big run. Because now, once he caught it, didn't have anyone else in the vicinity to bring him down, and he takes off, and he kept going. Nice gutsy call, even better execution.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just know.
And this is caught at the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A huge play there for Arizona. 56 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. On first down, they're going option left. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray dumping it off for Johnson.
Murray's pass complete to David Johnson.
17-0 our score after one. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella with touchdown number 12 on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
380. Check, 43. Watch the pass.
On first down, Carson. Credit the tackle to DJ Swearinger.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
This throw complete, Wilson finding Lockett. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Wilson. And Stills bringing it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The end result, 21 yards. They'll run on first down. It's Carson trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson with touchdown number 8 on the year. Yeah, the Seahawks, they're able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off here the 32. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Come on,
On 1st down, Carson. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to cook up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down and 4, Wilson. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Trying to lay one up deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Now here we go on 4th down with Murray. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart...
It got his man, complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Kenny Stills with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Myers connects on the PAT, and a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you...
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jadeveon Clowney, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Got some room at the 30, and he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, 4 down, 4 down. Hey, easy.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Dorsett making the catch. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Check, 43. Night, sweetheart.
Now Wilson on first down. And he's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, as the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. Able to slither by. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Jared Reed muscles his way in for the sack. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
That's how we do, D.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Target.
A final shot before half from Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no? And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Let's go.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And he finds McDonald. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jared Reed picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Jaron Reed able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, but it'll be 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Murray again, 2nd and 10. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line. Murray now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have, as they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray, rolling to his right. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? To throw, it's Murray. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. To throw is Murray, able to get away. And he'll be taken down. And for the moment, a big loss, but we do have a penalty marker to attend to.
That's how we do it, baby.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10.
Watch the pass.
Murray now on 1st down. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
It's just me and you.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that again.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals claw one back.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no. There was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
On third down. It's Carson, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Austin. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablets.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, 72 yards. And the Cardinals cut into that lead. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Hey, let's get there.
They run again with Carson. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because
he rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it'll bring up third down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Murray and company going for it on fourth. And he's going to go down again. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. After the interception, here's Wilson. Going deep here for Stills. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Escaping the pressure right. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And able to find Dorsett. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Oh, Wilson going to throw. It's complete to Lockett. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 16. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Taken down back at the 23-yard line.
Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing is Wilson. And the pressure gets to him again.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Arizona, it was a game they really